Hi, in this video, we are going to be making the white bread loaf. Now, what we're going to have in this recipe is we're going to use 270 mils of tap water, 3 cups of plain flour, 1 tablespoon of white sugar. We're going to use some olive oil as well and some dry yeast. So what we're going to use today is we're going to use the KitchenAid and the dough hook, but you can do it by hand if you want to, or even if you have a bread maker, you can use the bread maker. But we'll use the KitchenAid and then we'll use the oven today. So let's jump into that. Okay, so with the bread, it is quite pedantic about the way that we do the ingredients. So you want to make sure that you're following it in these steps. And also as well, with the yeast and the salt, you don't want those two touching either. So we're going to start with our 270 mils of tap water. And then we're going to go with 3 cups of plain flour. Perfect. And then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of white sugar. So just putting in 1 teaspoon of salt. So again, making sure that it's on one side of your bowl. And then you're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil or coconut oil or whatever oil works for your family. And then you're just going to do 2 teaspoons of your dry yeast. So normally if you get it in a packet, it's just one of those like 7-gram packets. So you just want to pop that in. And again, making sure that it's not touching the salt. So doing it on the other side of your bowl. And then once that's all together, just turning it on and mixing it or mixing it in with your hands. So when you're kneading it with your hands, making sure that you're really, kneading it really, and just kind of doing this motion and just mixing it around and just kind of putting a lot of love into your bread as you're kneading it so that it's in a nice dough texture. So what you want to do when you're kneading it, just making sure that you're not putting any flour on the bench, because what that will do is that will tighten your dough. So if you are kneading it on the bench, just use a little bit of oil just so to help it to stop sticking. And then you want to knead for about 4 to 5 minutes. So you can really you get this texture then. So just kneading it together. And then what you want to do is you're going to get a bowl. And you're just going to pop it into your bowl. And then just put a little bit of oil over the top. And then we're going to put some cling wrap over it, and then you're going to place it into the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes. See you soon. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for your dough, what you want to do is just grab yourself a loaf tin, and you can kind of just spray it with some oil and place some grease-proof paper into it as well if you like. Then you would get the dough and putting it into the pan, putting it into the oven for about 20 minutes, set on 200 degrees. See you in 20 minutes.